Hi, I'm Rob, and in this Gems of War video, I'm going to show you how to do the UMBRAL NEXUS on level 500 using the Factions team. Now, I've got my horde level fairly high for this. This is a tricky one. The higher that is, the easier things are going to be to your stats, because you get increases in stats the further your horde level goes, and you pick up these rather groovy potions at the same time. So let's take a look at the team I'm going to use for this. Going to go with Lightborn Paladin, Void Wisp, Umbral Portal, and Darkborn Warlock. Basically one of each. And the reason for this is, one of the main reasons I've got this troop here is because this hits really hard on single targets, or when you get a couple of targets down. The thing is with scatter damage is it starts off weak because it's spread out between all opponents, but the less opponents you get, the more concentrated it becomes. It becomes the exact opposite, basically, of damage to all. Damage to all starts off strong because it's doing the same damage to all opponents, but as you get less opponents, it's effectively less damage overall because there's less enemies being hit. Scatter damage does the opposite. It gets stronger the less enemies there are. And the other reason that's there as well is it's pretty useful because I'd like to have two of these. These are actually really good with two of these, but the actual problem is with it is that it's stealthy, so it cannot be targeted by spells. So if you have two of them in your team, then and basically all that's going to happen is when they cast their Void Wisp, which it will do, and it will happen on this level, on the last level, you will either get hit by your Lightborn Paladin or your most important troop, potentially the Umbral Portal, because it has your summon. Keeping the summoning troop alive is really important in this, and it's a very handy spell at the same time because it creates those 5 to 7 Umbral stars, which are purple and yellow, and we use purple and yellow in this team rather a lot, but it's all about the summon really. If you lose that troop early, you're in a lot of bother. So that is another reason why I like to do this with a Darkborn Warlock. The key for this is to cast your Lightborn Paladin, keep her alive. She gains life boosted by yellow gems and yellow allies, then destroy a row. The thing to look out for when destroying a row is you can get extra mana from it. When you destroy a row, as I'll show in the game probably several times, you can look for a gem, which once it's removed will cause a cascade, which basically drops down to make another match, or maybe even an extra turn. When you destroy a column, you can't actually do that because you've got no idea what's coming above. That's why destroying a row is much better than destroying a column, and basically try and keep her alive as best you can. Void Wisp will use this, will cast this often, and every time you cast it, it's going to drain a little bit of mana from an enemy as well, and also take 2 magic from them and give it to yourself. So whatever steal life number you start from, that's going to go up slowly but surely as the game progresses. And you can slow the enemy down as well, cast it on somebody who's near, ready to cast or about to cast, and that can potentially save the day sometimes, and also creates a purple gem when its turn begins, which is cool. Right, so that is the general strategy. Keep this alive by boosting and getting mana for the team. Use this to drain mana from the enemy and just slowly but surely build up that lifesteal. We'll use this, but if we need a summon or we need a lot of emergency colours, if there's a lot of purple and yellow on the board, this is a really good cast a lot of the time, and we'll use this just sparingly, just now and again, but especially on the last stage, when we get to the stage where they have a Lightborn Paladin as well, and it can end up on 1,000 life really quickly, but this really makes short work of it on the last stage. Really does it nice and quick. So yeah, this is the team. We're going to go for a +2 purple, +1 yellow banner for this, and see how it goes. All right, here we go. First room. Try and get that top troop nice and safe. Try and get this going, stealing life from an enemy, get that going on a regular basis. Gonna look for purple and brown first off. I want this top troop continuously charging and gaining life themselves. Yeah, we can take a bit of damage on the first bit. We got 40% damage reduction from skulls. Take that purple while it's there. Get ready to go again. Deal with a life. Another cast of that and it'll be over for them. That'll be dealt with. Take a look for potential 4 matches anywhere and things like that. Just get rid of that top troop. You're gone. Now we'll look for skull hits and things like that. Start dealing with their Void Wisp. Just the thing with a Void Wisp, it's a very, very good troop, but the fact it's actually stealthy kind of works against you. Like I said at the start, with 2 of them in the team and that getting to cast, it's almost inevitably sort of picks on your Umbral Nexus, the one that has the summon, because it's not stealthy. Umbral Nexus, Umbral Portal. And we need that to we need that kept alive because of the summon. Let's do a little bit of this lifesteal from them. Let's chuck out a bit of damage. The boost is 44, so that's a decent amount overall. That was alright. Let's take that there with a skull hit. Don't actually need anything else there right now, so we'll take that. Nice skull bash there. This is going to now finish them off with this scatter damage. And the cool thing about scatter damage as well is it gets stronger as you get less enemies. It's weaker at first because obviously scatter damage is divided by or spread between 4 opponents at first, but as you get less opponents it gets concentrated on the remaining enemies. It's the exact opposite of damage to all. Damage to all is stronger at first and gets weaker with less enemies. Scatter damage does the opposite. Alright, let's drain some mana and do damage then. Lots of yellow, lots of purple on the board. Good chance to cast this. Be really unlucky if that didn't work out. I mean, didn't get an extra turn out of it. That was kind of surprising. No more taking that. Takes them into their real life, if you know what I mean. Their actual life. Got past their armour. Let's take away some of that. You're not casting, mate. And you're still not casting, and in fact you're dead. Excuse me. So all this now goes onto that one opponent. Look at that, like 168 damage. Loads. Take away some mana. Do the damage. Again, there's quite a lot of purple and yellow on the board. This is probably a pretty good cast. But it can go wrong. Got to be a little bit wary of it. And the first win, nice and straightforward. Who's next? Ooh, got to be careful of these. Transforming blue to brown with a 10% chance to devour a random enemy boosted by gems transformed. 2 of them. Got to watch out for this bottom one here. Does damage to an enemy and all enemies below. And if the enemy is cursed, deal double damage and death mark them. Now the thing is, it does do inflict curse when dealing skull damage, as does this one there. So basically, we want to get rid of these because the devour chance is there, basically, and you know these things have a habit of happening in these kind of delves and these fighting conditions. So we'll get rid of them, and then we want to get rid of them pretty quickly before they have a chance to get that curse going, and therefore have a chance of that death mark being applied and just happening to come in on the very first chance it gets. You know how these things go. Right, still going 3 times nicer for this. Confident I can get rid of those bottom troops without the death mark coming into play. Famous last words. Let me grab that while it's there though. This is where this is a really good cast because that's what, did I mention it earlier? I'm not sure. But anyway, gain life boosted by yellow gems and yellow allies, then destroy a row. This is why destroying a row is better than destroying a column. If you destroy a column, you can't possibly tell what's going to come from above, so it's purely in the lap of luck. But here, if you destroy a row, you can see what's going to happen. So I know I can destroy this row here and therefore get an extra turn at the same time. Like that. Let's do this Skull Bash at the same time. And let's drain some mana from them. They haven't got tons, but hey, less is less. Another Skull Bash for them. That's a pretty good boost. Let's do that. Another Skull Bash. I'd charge up that top troop. We're not quite ready to drain its mana. But there's a good chance that this will work. Lots of purple and yellow everywhere. That didn't work at all. And they got all sorts of stuff going on there. Wow. Stuff went a bit mental for a second or two. Take that because we're going to get an Umbral Star match at the same time. Let's start picking on their next hairy hamster. Got an angel gem appeared here. If you're watching this video several weeks after I first made it, this is the latest, at the time, new gem in the game. Angel gems can't be matched till you have to destroy them or explode them, but when you do, one of your allies will get blessed, which is rather nice. Makes them effectively impervious. Right, they've got 10 out of 11. We're going to have to stop them from casting. Sorry, mate. Not happening. Not if I can help it anyway. No real advantage to casting this apart from the life gain. Can't make any nice matches afterwards. Let's get our damage dealer. Always taking a bit of a gamble when you let this cast, or if it gets to cast. Sometimes you'll get away with it, other times you'll be really unlucky, and that's just the way these things go sometimes. There's a big old explosion. Have to stop the hairy hamster from having another chance at a devour. Right, this should be enough with this scatter damage, hopefully. And was. Lots of yellow and purple everywhere. This is a fairly decent cast for this. Wow! How did that not match anything? Unbelievable, Jeff. Some people may know about that unbelievable Jeff thing, but some people may not. Stop them from casting. But I do want to start picking on this, like, now. So I do not want to get to the point where we start having to avoid skull damage from it, because then it gets cursed, and if it gets to cast, then we're going to be death marked, and we don't want that. Give him that nice little wallop though. We'll take that. Alright, let's drain some mana from them. Don't want to leave it too long before having to risk any chances of death mark and stuff. Quite a lot of yellow and purple again. Can take this row out with this troop. Collect some yellow at the same time. Helping itself charge again. I think I'll do that. In fact, it worked out a little bit better than I anticipated. Lots of purple there. It's going to get a good boost. Plus 76. Ooh, can't resist that. Quite a lot of yellow and purple on the board. Just don't like what it's done the last couple of times I've cast this. In that case, it can't do it to me again, surely. And it didn't. Thank you. The game decided to be nice. Alright, let's do this. Hopefully don't leave my skull hit. Right, okay, we're at the point now where we can keep on draining their mana to stop them from having a chance to cast that. Or give them a skull hit. We must take skull hits now. Let's go for it. And that's okay. This is going to be compressed damage now, and that is going to be enough. See you later. So it is a useful troop, the one at the bottom, providing it hangs around long enough. Ooh. Exploded gem. Submerge a random ally for every green gem destroyed and gain a huge amount of life and armor. That can be annoying. Doubles the number of blue on the board. Then create 3 blue gems, so no damage, but it's going to charge up these two here. This can be annoying as well. Deals, in this case, 116 damage to an enemy and a random enemy, and double damage if the enemies are silenced, then silence them. So if that gets to cast twice, that double damage is huge, and it can get to do that if it gets to some good timing with this. So we have to be absolutely wary of that. This one dispels all enemies and deals damage boosted by blue gems, and knock the first enemy to last position, which can be annoying because we don't want our team order mucked up for the last stage either. So yeah, the only real threat with this is the silence regarding enemy traits. So I'm going to keep things as they are, using the 3 times Nisha. Can try and keep the ooh, excuse me, try and keep the mana drained on that thing. It was an okay start though. I've got a red match down here, see if this brings a cascade of anything else. It kind of did. Right, so not too worried about that. It's going to get to cast and be annoying. We can almost leave that till last. This does damage, and so does that. See, these bottom two I think we have to keep control of first, because that, if we get these two out of the way, effectively makes this useless. Regarding its spell at least. Nobody's got any mana yet at the bottom, so I'm not sure we're going to have time to cast this so many times. We're not going to be past their armor, if you know what I mean. So in an ideal world, just keep casting this, doing the damage all the time, the true damage. Where this is kind of a mixture. This is normal damage. But it does do damage to these top two at the same time, which is sort of useful. But hey ho, we have got to cast this. Let's start on him. And it's got that charged up straight away, which is nice. So let's do that again. Keep an eye on that troll low. That is annoying. Can't ignore that. If that gets to cast and there's loads of blue there, that can be very annoying. I'm making hay while the sun shines. Basically. Right, let's cast this, get a little bit of life for our top troop. Important to keep it going if we can. Nope. Yeah, grab that. Do want to get this out of the way. Can't give them too many skull hits though. You can give them 1 or 2 here and there. Got this 40% skull damage reduction. But you can't be too generous with the skull hits. It gave him another one anyway. Does that in Delves? I think you're doing the right thing. And the game comes along and says, I think I'll do it anyway. All part of the fun. Keep a lookout for 4-match potential with this by destroying a row and taking out the gem. It would make a decent match. So we've nearly got rid of this annoying thing there. Let's reduce the amount of blue on the board so it effectively wastes its cast. There you go. Not a lot of point to taking that match. We're going to reduce the amount of yellow on the board, and this is ready to cast, and there's so much purple and yellow. If this doesn't work, it'll be just a rip-off. Well, we got the match, but we didn't get a 4-match. It was a semi-rip-off. But it's okay. A couple more casts on that and that'll be that gone. In fact, let's get that gone immediately. See you later. Let's do that skull hit there. Only 180 armor left before we get into their real life, if you know what I mean. See, rather than take that, making that drop down to there, this is where Top Troop is really useful, because we can do this while gaining life and some mana at the same time, while still effectively getting the same match. That bottom troop and top troop are going to dodge this scatter damage at the moment, but to show that by doing that, so that would ordinarily not be a particularly wise thing to do. Submerged troops dodge damage to all. That's damage to all or scatter damage. Alright, start picking on their bottom troop. Quite a lot of yellow, quite a lot of purple. It's not a bad match. I think I might take this normally though. It's absolutely guaranteed. Oh, that was a couple of extra bonus skull hits. AI loves bonus skull hits in these delves, it really does. There goes another one for you. Couldn't possibly predict it. It's just the AI decides it wants to get a skull hit, it will give itself one. It's what it does in these things. If you do lose your top troop early, it's not a complete disaster. You can cast your Umbral Portal and bring in a summon. This doesn't sort of gain stuff as it goes along. You know, it's like just... This is the one you want to keep safe, because this gets more powerful every single cast. But I do want to keep it semi-safe. Her. I want to keep her semi-safe, so we'll cast that, get into more yellow at the same time. That was a nice little match there. Gonna take another skull hit one way or the other though, by the look of things. That's okay, we're still in reasonable shape. Not a huge amount of blue there as well for their troll to cast. It'll probably take the skull hit anyway, but I can obviously stop it from casting from doing that, but I'm not too worried about that. There's not much blue there. I'd rather do the skull basharoo, I think. Right, there's not much blue there, so well, there's a reasonable amount actually. 10. Still not chancing it. Ooh. So we'll target this bottom troop. The angel gems appeared. Can't match them, you have to destroy them or explode them, and a random ally gets blessed. Or we'll take that little freebie there, thanks very much. Only 8 blue there, but still rather prevent it from casting if I can. Oh, I got charged up immediately. Whatever. It's not a huge amount of blue there now. Oh, they've still got a little bit of value out of it, not much though. Right, let's finish off that bottom troop, I think. Start working on that a bit more till it's gone. One more cast of our Void Wisp. Let's get rid of them. You probably notice I'm not casting this actually very much at the early part of the game, more towards the end, but like I say, this is now like, what, 180 odd damage? Becomes much more irrelevant now, because that 180 damage is going to be split between both of these troops. So it actually becomes pretty potent as the game goes on. We can still use this to take away some damage from the opponent, from their armour. That one is annoying though, because it keeps on getting it back every time it casts, so if anything I should be casting it on this troll first, I think. I think I've done that wrong. You want to leave that till last, maybe. It's been a long time since I've done this one. But we can do some pretty quick damage in this team. Lots of yellow and purple there, let's go for this. Didn't get too much out of that. What the fidgety fudge. There's a nice skull here though, we'll gladly accept that. Him casting this now doesn't make any difference. If anything, it's going to help charge up our top troop. Oh, that was nice. Always take gifts like that. It's going to be a 4 match on the purple above. Going to let their troll cast and concentrate on sorting out that top troop. Lots of yellow, lots of purple there again. Good chance that this is going to work well. Look how much he got back. Look at that. Wow. That was near dead. Like, I was like 1 or 2 more of them and it was gone. And he got a huge amount back. Oh, blue, of course, charge up the top troop. There's me saying this is wasted now. What was I thinking of? Oh, God, pay attention, people. There's me wondering how the thing got charged up so quick, and it's like, for some reason in my brain, it doesn't use blue. What the heck? Right, so I basically made this a lot harder by allowing that thing to get probably an extra 800 life. So just an extra little thing to pay attention properly. I was like, how is it getting charged up so fast? This thing's useless now. Wow. Terrible. Right, so that's nearest death. So we'll see if we can get rid of that before it gets a chance to cast again. Come on. Oh, goodness sake. Really? Just going to get another bunch back. Alright, let's get a bit of life for our top troop. Okay. Let's get a bit of life back and have it wiped out again by another random skull hit. Take the skull hit this way just in case a brown comes to there to give us a extra turn. Which it did. Some people may say that's lucky, but you've got to be in it to win it. Grr. Annoying top troop. My fault though, I kind of let it get away with that. But it's so nearly near death. Got to be less stubborn. Sometimes I get a bit determined to finish that off first. But I kind of know that I should be taking that out first. To stop it from doing the blue to make it charge easily. But I get a bit stuck in my own ways and like determined to do stuff. Like, you will not stop me doing what I want to do. There's not much blue on the board now, so they'll be lucky to get a good match out of that. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Right, let's make a 4 match out of this one here. Ooh. So near, yet so far to getting rid of that top troop the way I wanted. Oh, they're gone. Happy days. Right, I can guarantee it by casting this. Or can cast this scatter damage. Yeah, it's got to do enough damage to them, hasn't it? Yes. Oh, not before an extra little dig. Extra little bonus punch for them. Ooh, if I take that, it's going to ruin that skull match. That's okay. This does a lot more damage overall. Now their spell is useless. Well, not useless. May make a match and suddenly get a skull match for them if it's lucky, but regarding mana gen, it certainly is no cop. Let's just play it safe. Regarding our top troop. See, you get life and it decides it's going to get a skull hit and take it away again. But you will die, matey boy. It's not happening for you. Right, so that after that mini adventure. Oh, I was going up a level. I have. Let's go to a bit more magic mastery. Right, in the last room, up against their own Void Wisp, stealing a large amount of life. I'm going to leave that till pretty much last, because you can't target it, it's stealthy, and you'll hit it with skulls when it comes along to avoid the skull damage yourself. But I want to get rid of this first so it can't have the summon. That is quite a lot of scatter damage. Just have to be wary of that, but I have to be wary of this as well, gaining a large amount of life. So let's go for it and see what happens. That was a nice little start. I'll take this green match here, because even though I don't take green, that's going to drop the yellow down to there, which is also going to give me blue at the same time. And an extra turn. Can use this trick using the Lightborn Paladin to take out this row here, get some yellow, some purple, brown, and this match on red also. And a bonus skull hit for the AI for my trouble. Right, they're about to do their first bit of steely stuff. Let's start working on their bottom troop. Does look to target the summoner. Their troops. Very annoying. Okay, not too bad. Good thing about this is you've got to keep this going and cast it as much as you can, because you can build up your life to a really, really high amount. And you basically steal more and more every single cast. It's a very slow process, but it does get more powerful every single time while chipping away at the enemy. There's loads of purple and yellow here. This would be really unlucky if this didn't work. And it did work pretty well. Kind of have to take this skull hit though. It's okay to take away the armor from this, but once it gets into its life, it's just, you might as well just leave it alone basically. Obviously just take skull hits to avoid skull hits yourself, but it will just keep on getting life back for a while, because it is stealthy. You can't hit it properly unless you get obscenely lucky with a load of skull hits. Another skull hit there. And just in case, you know, it could happen. It only takes a few more. But they're about to get a chunk back, you see, so... You often fight a losing battle with that thing. If you do actually create a gap for it and that gets to cast, then all that's going to happen is you've created a gap for a summon, which is why I like to get rid of that bottom one absolutely first and foremost. Let's do this anyway. Let's chip away at that bottom troop. There's going to be a lot of yellow and some purple. Hang on, that goes yellow. That drops that down. Yeah. I think I might cast this. Oh, that worked out very nice. This does get back life as well, but you have to get into that armor first, so it's always still worth taking away that armor with skull hits rather than take those skull hits ourselves. Not too worried about that damage to all. Bit concerned about this though. This is quite low now on life, and it is my summoner. Just got to get rid of that bottom troop before it has a chance to do its summon. Don't mind her getting a bit of life back. More interested in getting rid of that bottom troop. Tempted to cast this on this row here. Pick up some purple, some yellow. That'd be a brown match as well. This is guaranteed to get it, but I don't want to give them a extra turn, even though they don't use that colour. Well, I'll take it this way. Oh, give them an extra chance to get charged though. Can afford the skull hit. I don't mind leaving them the occasional skull hit, see if they take it. No, they didn't. They did not. One cast away from getting rid of that annoying bottom troop. Oh, I thought so anyway. Oh, they're a bit more than I thought they had. We will not be denied! Right, let's get rid of that bottom one. Gone. No summoning for you. So this one is a little bit dangerous. That's going to add up that scatter damage. So we do want to get rid of that. So we target them next. And damage will kill you eventually. Like that won't. The only thing that will kill you eventually is skull hits from it being around for a long time. So I'm not that bothered about that. It's already on nearly 1,000 life anyway. Might as well let's let it go on. Have a ball. You get your huge amount of life. I'm just going to chip away at this dude at the bottom. We'll deal with you, Mrs. Paladin, in due course. Because your time will come. Don't you worry about that. Do that because I don't want to get hit by that myself. Kind of want to get this troop up. And let's cast that on them again. Find a spare minute in time to get this cast, get a bit more life back. Taking out a row, which is going to give you some gem matches at the same time. The purple and yellow aren't too bad for this. Just I don't like how many spaces there are where it's not going to make a match. I want to get a bit more life for my Paladin anyway, so I will do that. And you can spoil things like this if you don't want to take the skull hit necessarily. You can cast this, take out something which would have ordinarily made a skull hit. Quite a lot of purple and yellow there now. I'm going to risk this. That worked out good. I was after the mana for this really to make sure that they didn't get to cast. Oh, they've done a bit more. They've done a bit more. But we're doing okay. We're doing not too bad. Oh, excuse me. See, her spell's almost wasted now because she's already not gaining any more armor, so she can do that. We'll come to her in a minute. Not happening. Bye bye. Right, Mrs. Paladin, thinking you're well hard there with your 1,000 armor. 1,000 life rather. Now we can start picking on you while denying you your colours at the same time. Right. So we're already going to get like the full whack onto her. That's not nearly 200, but she is about to cast, so might as well get excuse me, a bit of mana first. Now we can start hitting her hard. Right, so we'll start off with that one. Boom! Loads of damage straight away. As soon as she gets a bit of mana, we'll take it away with our Void Wisp. Oh, she got charged pretty quick. Oh, what? There's all sorts going on then again. Crazy stuff. Yeah, let's do that. She's about to gain some back. But she'll lose it really quickly with these this troop here. Getting 180 odd damage. Take away a life. But yeah, a little bit of yo-yoing on this sometimes. What you lose, you gain. She gains back, sort of thing. But lots of purple, lots of yellow. Really good chance for this to work. She's near her doom. Ooh, large amount of damage, and that is going to be it. So yeah, a tricky one. That you got to really pay attention to what's happening on the screen. I've probably made a couple of mistakes there. Not done that one for a while properly. But yeah, a lot of fun. I do actually enjoy these challenges of these factions. But there's a video. If you enjoyed it, be really cool if you bash that like and subscribe button. It really does help. But most of all, thanks for watching. I'll catch you again next time. Bye for now.